he's out of town.
Oh, okay. She's not going to miss anything. I spend the first 30 minutes talking about myself anyway. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all serious today, that's what I'm talking about. All right. But I will tell my story, though, because I think it's important. You know, I learned when I first got into the network marketing arena that facts tell, stories sell. Okay? You know, stories are so important. Jesus taught in stories. I mean, it's important because I think it brings home, you know, a lot of the things that we may or may not feel. And when you hear it in a story format, it kind of brings it a little bit closer to home. You know, I can tell you the composition of a car, but it doesn't mean anything. But when I tell you that car is vital to me getting back and forth and driving, you know, almost 300 miles here this morning to meet you, see, now it brings it home. The car itself, the material makeup don't mean a lot. Can it get me to where I want to go? And that's what stories are about. Everybody know me, right? let me give you just a little bit about me, okay? And I'm gonna tell you my story, but at the same time, I want to hear yours. You know, I put how/why, okay, and why/how. And the reason why is because we are all here for different reasons. You know, we didn't join NSPIRE. The bottom line is we didn't join for the same reason. None of us did. We all have our unique opportunities, and hopefully you'll be able to redefine that and make that a little more specific by the end of this, you know, training. Hold me to task. I just want to train for 45 minutes, then we'll take a break. Okay? So we'll do it 45 and then take a break. Okay. So we all get rest, stretch our legs, and what have you. Okay. So we all have a different reason to be here. But I can tell you without a doubt that your why is the most important thing here today. Why you're here. Because if you don't have something that's going to drive you, the why is the engine that makes everything move for you. You know, you get up in the morning, you go to work, you know, you probably go to a job that you don't like. Why? You know, because that's how you pay your bills. That's how you take care of your family. Okay? And that reason for doing it, you know, you need things in your life. You need money in your pocket. And that why is what gets you up. What gets 87% of the people out there up in the morning to go to a job that they hate. Is that why? Okay, so we wanna focus a lot on the why today, why you're here. That's because I want to hear your story as well. Okay, I was born in North Carolina, raised in New Jersey, grew up in the Army. I spent 20 years in the military, traveled around the world, retired in 2002. I retired in 2002, got into network marketing in 1998 because I had a need. And the need was I had $26,000 in credit card debt and I needed to get rid of it before I could retire. I joined network marketing in 98, 2.5 years later. I retired all of that credit card debt from a business. So my goal was to get rid of the debt. And I did that. And when I retired in 2002 with no credit card debt, I took a year off. I mean, I literally didn't do anything but go to the gym. Anything I wanted to do, that's what I did. You know, a job was not even in my future. Because I found something in that process of getting rid of that credit card debt that you can have anything you want in this good old US of A that you want. If you're willing to do the necessary things, to put some things in place, you can attract anything that you want. Now, I learned that in the process, but here's the problem. I didn't really understand it. Because remember, I had a specific goal. And when I accomplished that specific goal, then I had nothing else to work towards. And without having something to work towards, I mean, you can go pretty much any place. And most people go aimlessly into the night when they don't have something to shoot for. That's why it's important. That's why your why is so important. Okay? So I retired. I now live in Pooler, Georgia. Okay? Live a great life, stress-free life. Okay? And the reason why is because of some of the things that I learned in my process. You know, and it's really been enlightening, you know, to see the things that I've accomplished over the years. And, you know, I just had a doctor's appointment 2 weeks ago. Okay? and you know, I'm a pretty healthy person. You know, the doctors say I'm gonna live another 100 years. You know, I believe it. You know, I don't believe everything they tell me. I believe I'm gonna live another 100 years. Okay, so I have to do something with those years that I have, and it's really about imparting information in the people that's going to change their life, it's going to impact their life, that's going to allow them to reach their goals and their dreams. So that's why I am here today. If it wasn't for NSPIRE, it would be something else, okay? Just keep that in mind. It's not because of NSPIRE I'm on the road, no. If it wasn't NSPIRE, it would be something else. That's the bottom line. All right, so what I want to do is take a few minutes, you know, just give us all a little bit of the reason why you're here, and share with us whatever you will. Just take 1 or 2 minutes, okay? Let's start with the front row. Y'all fight who goes first.
Okay.
Can I put you on camera? Is that fine?
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, we're going to put you on camera. I tell you, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay. Let me repeat that. A lot of people treated NSPIRE like a $35 opportunity. And I don't know if you all know the story, the beginning, the genesis of NSPIRE. But when I found out about this December 24th of last year, I immediately got in my car and drove to Atlanta to see Mr. Coleman. 230 miles approximately on Christmas Eve to get in his living room to hear about this concept. It wasn't even a company. Okay? It was simply a concept, something that they were talking about, you know, doing focus groups to see if people were even interested. Well, here was the problem. So many people got interested that they had no choice but to push the company forward and forward and forward, ahead of all of the support systems, okay? So we were so far ahead of the support systems that people got upset. We did a soft launch, well, not a soft launch, but a free launch. And somewhere around 80,000 people registered to be reps initially. This was like in January. 80,000 people registered to be reps in a very short period of time because people believed in the concept and what the vision of the company was. And we didn't even have any product. You got to understand this. We didn't have product. The concept was so intriguing and it just made so much sense. And a lot of people had testimonies about what was going on in their personal life. Okay, that I mean, just people just crying for more and more and more. Let's go. Let's build. Let's grow. And everything, all the support systems couldn't keep up with the amount of growth that NSPIRE was experiencing. They couldn't put it together fast enough. And you know, most companies, you know, they get everything together, okay? You know, the merchants, the product on hand, all this other stuff, they get all of this together before they open their doors, okay? But we could not do that because there was too many people pushing us to go, go, go. And then we had setbacks. And then we had merchant issues. I mean, you know, with a lot of companies, if you can't do the appropriate amount of testing, you're going to run into issues. And guess what? We ran into those issues, just like any other business would. But here's what happened in that process. A lot of people decided to go do other things. You know, I mean, it was already, oh, that NSPIRE is not going to launch. You know, they're never going to get the product. I mean, all these things are going around. You know, when people, you know, in the absence of real information, people will make stuff up. You know that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So basically what was happening, if you can't get the information fast enough, rumors start flying around. And as we know, you know, a rumor would be around the block before the truth would even get his shoes on. And that's what happened. So you had a lot of attrition. People just decided to go do other things, and that's fine. Okay? And so when we did a soft launch May the 23rd, where we were allowed to just bring in business partners, about 25,000 came in the first month. Somewhere give or take. Okay? In the first month. And then it slowed down again, and the reason why is because a lot of people were waiting for the customer site to open. You know, so you had all these issues. So now you look at here, we're here now today, 1 year later, we're fully launched, we have product on the shelves, If you haven't ordered anything, you're getting it in about 3 to 4 days. Okay, so it's normal ship time now. And a year from now, people that are in NSPIRE will never know all that stuff happened. Because in network marketing, there's an attrition rate because people have high expectations with very little concept of work. Now, I want to change that for you today because I heard money, 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 money. Okay? Now, there's something that you have to give in exchange for money. Always. You know, if you want something, you have to give something. All right? And we're going to talk about that today because I think it's important that NSPIRE will probably be the greatest work I ever do to date, anyway. And what I want you to understand is that when you learn the concepts and how network marketing works, I mean, this is a real eye-opener, not just in the business realm, but in the personal realm as well. All right? You become a better person when you understand the concepts of network marketing because it's all about personal development. Okay? It's all about personal. Network marketing is personal development with an income opportunity attached to it. And it's easy to say, well, I want to come into business and make money, but here's the thing, and I'm going to be truthful and I'm going to be real today, okay? Because you got to understand that with the personal development side, what you're going to end up doing is attracting the people, the money, okay, the lifestyle that you desire. Without the personal development, you're going to get what you got. That's real. That's hard, but it's real, okay? So what I tell people to do is go on a personal development journey. Do we all know who Warren Buffett is? Warren Buffett, I mean, net worth about $70 billion. He reads about 5 hours a day, okay? He reads. Sit there, read papers, books, whatever. About 5 hours a day, but he's worth $70 billion. 400 plus companies under the Berkshire Hathaway umbrella. If you want to buy one share of Berkshire stock, you're looking at about $200,000 for one share. Okay, so that limits the number of people that can actually buy the stock. I remember when I was actually in Iraq, it was $130,000 a share 4 years ago. Now it's over $200,000 a share now. Okay, had I bought one, I would have just earned what, $70,000 in 4 years. Okay, I know people working hard all day for 4 years and don't make 70 grand. All right, so the power is the personal development side of what we're doing. Okay, so that's why I got the why. The why is the engine that's going to drive everything that you achieve. Okay, it won't be me, it won't be Cecilia. It'll be you becoming the person that attracts what you're looking for. Okay, because the beauty of network marketing is, and you know, you don't really need me because there's a system in place. You know, think about like a McDonald's or something. You know, where's the drive-through? There's McDonald's there.
In Bainbridge.
In Bainbridge?
About 30 minutes away.
Okay. Where's the drive-through? If you walk through the front door.
Hardee's.
Well, let's use McDonald's as an example. You know, if you walk through the front door of McDonald's, where's the drive-through? On the left side. It's always on the left. Never thought about it, have you? It's always on the left. And why is that? Because McDonald's designed it that way. They say, listen, you buy into the McDonald's system, and you don't even have to decide what hamburger buns to use. We already made that decision for you. All we need is your millions, and we want you to go to Hamburger University to learn how we work. Okay, so you give them your millions, get gladly, because you know McDonald's is not about hamburgers, because I make a much better hamburger than McDonald's. McDonald's is always about real estate. That's what it's about. McDonald's say, listen, if I can get the prime real estate on every corner in America, I'll make billions, even with substandard hamburgers. And guess what they're doing? Hand over fist. Because of real estate. They know what the golden arches, I don't know, probably, you know, yeah, all y'all here too young, but back in the day, the McDonald's arches used to be real high. So the kids can see it a mile away. And they probably just ate at home, right? And now they see the arches and they want McDonald's. Okay? It's a real estate boom for McDonald's. That's what it was. And because of that, they made billions in the hamburger sales. All right? So what we want to do is we want to talk a little bit about your why. Because we're going to get into the why before we get into the how, okay? Because with the why, if you can really understand your why, you'll pay more attention to the how. You know, we don't have a unique system here in NSPIRE. We have some specific things that make it unique to us though, because of our product and you know, in our market. Okay, we have a few things that make it unique to us, and it's important that we embrace that. And I heard a lot, you know, really touching people's lives with the product, and that's an important part of it too. Okay, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of work on you. Okay. Okay. If your why is strong enough, the how don't even matter. It doesn't matter. Because if your why is strong enough, you're going to do it anyway. Your reason is, you know, it's like Les Brown says, if when life knocks you down, land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. Your reasons will help you get up. Your reasons will make you try it again. Your reasons will keep you persistent and consistent until you reach your goal. This is the driver here. You got to understand this. And if your why is not strong enough, maybe you can develop some things right now. Because think about it this way. You know, if this is not getting you up early in the morning and keeping you up late at night, you got to reevaluate what you want and reassess where you stand and the sense of urgency behind it. See, for me, it's a sense of urgency. You know, in 6 months, I'll be 55 years old. Okay? And, you know, my goal was, you know, back, you know, when I really started to embrace network marketing, my goal was to retire at 55. I still have a chance to do that. I still have enough. So I have a sense of urgency about what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. Because when people tell me on the team, they tell me, listen, hey, we got to get this thing together. We got to make sure that we have the mechanisms and everything we need to go out there and put Donaldsonville on the map. So when we walk across the stage in December the 9th, okay, in Atlanta, Georgia, okay, we're all walking across the stage, right? Everybody that said, I want to make money is walking across the stage. Okay? Because they're going to put their actions to their words. All right? They're not just going to be a symbol, just tingling and sounding. They're going to put action to it. All right? So the why is tremendous when it comes to building anything. You know, it's kind of like when Thomas Edison, you know, he discovered how the incandescent light bulb worked. All right? And he was asked about it. He said, well, you know, they say, why didn't you give up? He said, you know, I just found 3,000 ways that a light bulb wouldn't work. Okay, it took him over 3,000 tries to get it. We're talking about months and months of work, him and his group, you know, getting this incandescent light bulb to work right. And he simply said, I found 3,000 ways that it wouldn't work. What if he would have gave up at 2,000? What if he would have gave up after the first 10? Okay? So we got to look at these things. Everything that we have was created because someone was consistent and persistent. All right? And because they were consistent and persistent and they wanted to get it to market. Now, I can tell you, I've read the biography of Thomas Edison. Okay? Now, he was a businessman first and foremost before he was an inventor. Okay? He was a businessman. You know, 7-year-old kid selling sandwiches at the train station. And you know, okay? You know, when the train pulled in, he's hopping on there selling sandwiches to the passengers at 7. Okay? I know 7-year-olds now, you can't pull away from PlayStation. All right? You got to fight on your hands. All right? So definitely, you know, that why is really what's going to drive you. Okay? So definitely looking at your why. And I'm going to give you some things here that's really going to really allow you to take your why and look at it in another light. Okay. Personal goals. Specific, you have a time attached to it. All right? Personal goals, specific, have a time attached to it. Okay, you can't say I just want to make $1,000 a week. Okay, you have to lay out a game plan for $1,000 a week. Okay, because if you lay out a game plan, Ken is not going to always be there to hold you accountable. But if you have your plans that you can look at every single day, okay, write the vision, make it plain. All right, if you have that, now you have something. Some people put it on their mirror. Some people put it, they create a vision environment. Because think about it, if you can't see it, you can't have it. If you cannot see it, you cannot have it. You don't have the drive. You don't have, what it takes because you can't see it. So if a person tells me, hey, yeah, I want to make $1 million a month, and I said, well, let me see your plans. Let me see your goals there. Oh, yeah, well, I haven't written it down yet. Okay? What am I to go on? Their word? I'm sure all of us played, my car, my house. I don't know if you was kids driving by. Oh, that's my house. That's my car. Was it just me? Okay. Okay? So we had this vision of ourselves, but we never wrote it down. We never put it in writing. We never set a plan to make that ours. And that's all we needed to do. Well, that's not all we needed, but that was the second step. The first step was to see it. The second step was to write it. Okay? Because now, guess what? Now you have a blueprint, And if at all possible, to find a mentor or a person who have done it, who have done before you, and can say, hey, listen, I see you want to make X amount of dollars per month. I've done that. Guess what? This is what you need to do. This is how that works. Avoid this. Okay? Read this book. All right? Go to this class. And do all of that and don't make any excuses. And let's come back in 30 days and see what your progress is. All right? I'm going to tell you. When I first got into network marketing, I just happened to be under the tutelage of a gentleman who made in excess of $100 million in this industry. Okay? He actually opened up network marketing companies overseas. He would start it here, and then when they launch over into another part of the world, he would go over there, Europe, Japan, and open up the company. And for 2.5 years, he was in the company that was 30 years old. And then when they opened up in Europe, he was the first one in Europe. And all the top money earners in the U.S., $20,000, $30,000 a month, they were making, okay? All of a sudden, they was looking at him. They were going to his meetings. They were going to his trainings. And he passed them all up financially, okay? He passed them all up. And he got in it 30 years later. You got to understand that. And the company's called Amway. And the gentleman his name is Jeff Olson. Okay? He opened Amway up in Europe. Okay? And he didn't never go into any specifics why he left. He said a few things, but I'm not going to say it. Okay? But he ended up leaving the company, and the woman that sponsored him ended up, inheriting his income. Okay? And he didn't mind. Because here's the beauty of making millions of dollars. If you can do it in one company, you can do it in another. Because the skill's already in you. Okay? Now, unless you lucked up and made $1 million, but how often does that happen? It's like winning the lottery, right? You join NSPIRE, bam! You recruit Damon Coleman, Damon Crump, Spencer Iverson, those 3 people. Those are personally sponsored people. Well, if you were to do that, you yourself would make millions and millions and millions of dollars. But I would not count on that. All right? Now, it can happen. All right? Definitely if you believe it, because belief is very important when it comes to business, to grow in a business. Belief is important. Okay, write that down. I say some profound stuff, and sometimes I got to tell y'all how profound it is. I don't mind. Okay? Okay, belief is really important. And something, I was in the Iraqi war. And when you're overseas, just before the ground war started, they were bombing. I mean, you can see it from where I was. You can see the bombs just, huge 500-pound bombs just leveling, the enemy. And I got a letter from any serviceman. It was addressed to any serviceman. It wasn't addressed to anyone in specific. But I didn't get any mail that day, so I take any service member letter. And in that letter, it was a little girl from the Midwest who sent this letter in appreciation to the military being over and serving and fighting and protecting. And she put a poem in there. This was in 1991, okay? And that poem moved me so much, I committed it to memory, and I recite it as often as I can till today. Okay? It's a powerful poem. There wasn't, any known author of the poem. And I probably recited it 2 times in public. In all of these years, it was something that was mine. Okay? And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you because it's about belief. And I'm going to pause this because you guys are not getting it. You wasn't here. Poem moved me. I'm like, man, I could have stayed up all night and I thought of that, right? And I still recite it today. It's something that really, really moves me because it's all about belief. All right? We're going to run into obstacles. We're going to run into those things that's going to, create self-doubt in us. Because this is really how business go, right? Business go like this. You join here today, okay? I don't know, you may have a couple successes at the beginning, but a lot of people don't, And if they do, they talk to your cousin them and their auntie them, and all of a sudden they say, why are you in that thing, And then all of a sudden you're down here, and then all of a sudden Ken comes to town and your excitement level is here. Then all of a sudden you leave here with all that excitement and go talk to your cousin them, and it goes back down because they say you're crazy. Okay? So all this self-doubt stuff can kick in, and at any point it can kill the best of us. It can kill us. I mean, the fear of rejection is real. All right? Because what we say, like, what this person tells me, I'm going to take it to heart. So I don't want them to tell me nothing. So I'm not going to tell them anything. Okay? And that's a real thing. People are so scared of getting no that they don't even tell anybody. They're in the Secret Service. They're in the Secret Service, NSPIRE Secret Service. All right? They in, but they're not telling anybody. Okay? And the goal is to spread the word. All right? So we all run into that. But when you hit that self-doubt point, what's going to get you back up? Your why. Wow. That's right. Because come hell or high water, or regardless of how many no's I get, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to move forward. That's why managing your expectations is important. Write that down. Manage your expectations. When we're in business, especially the type of business we are, we want to understand our ratio. Okay? I consider myself a medium level recruiter. There's some better recruiters out there than me, and there's some that are, that don't have the skill or the time in that I have. I consider myself somewhere around the middle when it comes to recruiting. All right? And as a recruiter, and you understand, because now, did anybody come into NSPIRE just to move the product? Didn't really look to build a business? Just move product? No? Okay. Good. Because these skills are for people that want to recruit. Okay? And the mind, like I said, we're working on the mindset first. Okay? Now, the skill to recruit is very, very, it's simple, but it's not easy. And see, that's where the mental block comes in. Because everything that we do, anybody can do. Okay? Anybody can do. Anybody can ask a person, hey, listen, is there anyone in your life that, if you had some information that can possibly save their life, that you would share it with them. You know, it's easy to ask the question, the power question. It's easy to ask that question, okay? But a lot of people don't do it. Now, one thing I do not want you to do is try to use your own, who you are, to build a business to $1 million, and you're not a millionaire just yet. Okay? Don't do that. And because here's why I say that. It's because some people are not willing to change. Now I'm going to tell you, I had a very difficult phone call last night with a person very close to me. Okay? And, you know, you only want the best for them. So what you try to do is impart information to them. And a lot of times they're not willing to listen because it means, you know, they may be wrong, okay? You know, and they don't want to be wrong. So it becomes an argument. It becomes confrontation. You know, I'm not that guy. I love a good debate, but I don't like to argue because the argue can get personal. Okay, I don't like to do that. Okay, so it was kind of difficult to impart information, and the reason why is because they didn't know they didn't believe they were wrong. Okay, but based on what they told me, they could have avoided it, or they could have, even after everything was said and done, they could have handled it better. And you know, the Bible always talks about forgiveness. Forgive. And when you're walking around with unforgiveness in your heart, as so many people do, you know, they were as if they were the only person ever hurt or wronged in society, and they walk around with all this weight on them. It's hard to, you know, if you have unforgiveness in your heart, it is very difficult because it takes up so much space. Okay, it's hard to get something else in there, like love, peace. All right, it's hard to get those things in there if you're harboring unforgiveness. So the first thing you have to do is you have to forgive. And a lot of us, you know, and it's not something that we intend to do. You know, our subconscious mind is very powerful. As a matter of fact, it drives everything you do. Your subconscious mind. You know, how many of you are afraid of spiders? Anybody afraid of spiders? Okay, that's your subconscious mind. Because there could be a spider right over there. He has no intention. He don't even have a means to hurt you, but yet you're afraid. Okay, because we're only born with two fears, right? The fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. Those are the only two fears we're born with. The others we create. Whether, you know, intentional or unintentional, we create them in our own mind. Because it's easy to look at a spider and say, that ugly thing, boy, that thing was dangerous. And all of a sudden, it becomes dangerous to you, even though it won't even harm you. Okay? So that subconscious mind, that heart, you know, if you have a heart for people, you're in the right place. If you have a heart to help people, that's a great foundation to build on. Okay? But you got to have it. And the biggest thing we have to do is get rid of unforgiveness. And you know, I told you earlier, I haven't had a job in 4 years. And I'm at so much peace, you know, because I don't have the drama in my life. I don't have the things that you know, these deadlines, you know, that people put on you, and these unrealistic expectations. And now you're working hard for somebody who's not going to give you equity. Okay? So with that, for me, came peace. And I love it. But at the same time, I know there's some people that I talk to, they couldn't imagine being without a job. You know? You couldn't imagine it. You know, what am I do? You know, where am I going to go? You know, what will my day be like if I'm not going to work? You know? And so with that, you definitely have to resolve that. Resolve the money issue. All right? Now, when I talk about money issues, and the reason why I talk about money issues is because a lot of times we were programmed that money was bad. You know, whether through your family or through church. All right? You know, I mean, these things happen. Because a lot of times, and it bothers me that, you know, even that song Silver and Gold by Kurt Franklin, that bothers me. You know, I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. I'm like, why? Why are you comparing them? You ain't got to compare Jesus to money. It's not like good versus evil. Money is not evil. It's a tool. Okay? That's all money is a tool. And so they put it in a song. And I don't like that. Because it makes people think, well, if I want Jesus, I can't have no real expectations for money. And so now when you go and talk about money, they're like, well, you know, God this and God that. And I'm like, no. God wants you to be rich. Okay? There's a lot of scriptures in the Bible. Matter of fact, my favorite scripture talks about, you know, you becoming an investor or, well, Matthew 25. The story of the talents. Okay, the parable of the talents. Okay, that's about money. That's about a mindset for money. That's all it is. And now I've had a few debates about that too. Okay, so I can't leave you with that. And I'm gonna give you this right here, and we'll take a few minute break. Okay. Because you know, and if you want to pull out your Bible on your tablet, okay, you know the master was going on a journey, and before he went on the journey, he called before him his 3 servants. Okay, and his 3 servants, he gave his talents. Okay, one he gave 5, one he gave 2, and one he gave 1, according to their several abilities. Okay, so the master knew not to give the 1 talent a servant 5 talents. He knew that. Okay, he had not proved himself worthy to handle it. Okay, so he gave them the talents, and straightway he went on a journey. Okay, immediately, that's what it says, right? Immediately, the one who he gave 5 talents to, he went and invested the Lord's talents and gained 5 more besides. Likewise, the one he gave 2, oh yeah, you're not focused. Okay, likewise, he gave the one that he gave 2, he immediately went and invested the 2 and gained 2 more besides. Now the one he gave 1 to, he went and buried the Lord's money. Okay? Now here's what I get from that. Because he divided, you had to be able to handle 5 talents before the Lord would give you 5 talents. Okay? And because he knows your abilities. So you can't say, Lord, I want $1 million. Because some of us it will destroy. You know? Because money will absolutely reveal who you really are. All right? Okay? So upon the Lord's return, he went to settle the accounts with his servants. Okay? When he gave 5, ran to Lord. Oh, excited. Lord, listen. Here's the 5 talents you gave me. I went and invested it and gained 5 more besides. What did the Lord say to him? Well done, thou good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things, I'll make you ruler over many. Okay? But when he gave 2 talents to, Lord, you gave me 2 talents. I invested it. Okay? Gained 2 more besides. Here's your 4 talents. He said the same thing. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things, I'll make you ruler over many. Then here come that 1 talent servant. Lord, I knew you to be a hard man. Okay? Reaping where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed, and I was afraid. Now, why was you afraid? Okay? So I buried your money. And here's your talent that you gave. Now, just to go any further and wrap this up, the Lord said, you wicked and slothful servant. You knew I gathered where I have not scattered seed, or reap where I have not sown and gathered where I have not scattered seed. And you should have at least invested my money, and I would have got my money back with interest upon my return. Okay? And so what did he do to the 1 talent servant in this scenario? He cast them into outer darkness, okay, where there would be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now, the Lord did not like that. He did not like the mismanagement of that money, of those resources that he gave that talent. Okay? And I think we're all a little guilty. At least I am. I'm going to just say me. I don't know your situation. Okay? I know I'm guilty of mismanaging resources. Okay? I made a lot of it. I spent a lot of it foolishly. Okay? And because of that, I know I have some making up to do. But here's the power of that story, is we all have the ability to, well, we all have the means and the ways to increase our abilities. We can go from a 5-talent servant to a 10-talent servant, which ultimately he gave the 1 talent to the one who had 10. So the 10-talent servant became an 11-talent servant. So we can increase our abilities. It's just a matter of doing the right things. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to go on a quick break, okay? And then we'll talk about, hey, how do we go from, where we are and use some methods and some things that we haven't thought about to get us where we want to go, okay? Let's take a 10 minutes break.
Okay.
Yeah.
That clock.
Oh, okay.
It's just a
Let me get my board out of the car.
11:03.
Okay.
11:13. Everyone, so but it's water over there, juice over there, some Nutri-Grain bars, peanuts, chocolate. If you just need to. Okay, so if anybody who wants it, you're welcome to it. Thank you.
I was in a meeting.
And the bathroom, of course, is right here. Okay. Y'all are welcome to it.
Yeah, I had a meeting to attend today. Yeah. No, they canceled that, but I should have asked you to come to the meeting. Thank you. But, go on to the, I'm not gonna be able to make it. To the people. I'm not gonna be able to make it. Yeah, that's funny. I might try to go tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I know. All right, you too.
Let's talk a little bit about the knowledge side of business. Now this right here, learn knowledge, activity knowledge, modeling knowledge, teaching knowledge. These are the 4 knowledges when it comes to building, okay? And we're going to go into each one of them because they all have distinct meanings and purposes when it comes to building an organization. Now here's the beauty of building a network marketing business, that the effort that it takes to make $1,000 a week is the same effort it takes to make $100,000 a week. Same concept, maybe a little more effort, but same concept. A little more time, same concept. Okay. And when I told you that network marketing is about personal development, that's where that comes in. Learn knowledge is increasing your ability in your understanding of why you should do something and the way you should do it. Okay, learn knowledge. If you read a book on fixing cars and you find it fascinating, then you go read another book on fixing cars and find it fascinating, and find more books on fixing cars, okay? Ultimately, if you go to try to fix a car, you won't be very good because there's no activity behind it. Have you ever seen, I was a project manager in Virginia. When I finally, when I retired from the military, I took a year off. And then I moved to Virginia. And in Virginia, I got a job as a project manager. Okay, it offered me a lot of freedom because I had 3 sites, one in Quantico Marine Corps Base, Pax River in Maryland, and then DC, Henderson Hall. So I used to rotate between those 3 sites, just checking on, make sure everything was going well with the group there. Okay, very, very, I guess in the sense, you know, when it comes to jobs, it was I would consider it a good job because of the amount of freedom. I had a secretary, I had 3 supervisors at one site, you know, a couple more at the other sites. So it allowed me, you know, really just put out fires. That's what I was. I was a fire. Make sure everybody is to task, okay, and put out fires, okay. So now when it comes to learn knowledge, what you want to do is you want to be able to read the right books. And this is why I talked about earlier, you know, reading books, personal development, okay? Because you can learn how to do something on paper and be god-awful. And that proved it to me in Virginia because we actually were a computer contract company, okay? I had a guy with a master's degree in computer science. And he could not use his hands. He could not put together a computer. I had to fire this guy. He had a master's degree. I had to fire him. I kind of felt bad because, you know, to see this guy in a position where he has to take a job, you know, with a master's degree that, you know, that we offered. You know, he didn't last long because he had all of this learned knowledge and no activity knowledge. You know, he didn't practice. He didn't practice putting together computers. You know, he had another mission, and it was, I guess, to be more at the think tank level, okay? So he ended up getting fired by me, okay? So learn knowledge. When it comes to business, learn knowledge is good. I'm going to tell you, always read. Read books, okay? But now what you want to take and put what you learn to task, okay? So this is how network marketing goes. If you want to be a network marketing guru, where when you walk in the room, you know, people say, "Oh, that's the network marketing guru. She makes $1 million a month." Okay, if you want to be that person, go learn knowledge, activity knowledge, learn knowledge, activity knowledge, learn knowledge, activity knowledge. Okay, keep going, keep going. Then all of a sudden, people will see you. They will notice you, and then before you know it, they'll start modeling you. Why? Because you've proven yourself. You've proven yourself to be someone that they can follow. So they start modeling you. Okay? But you never want to leave these two. Okay? Even though people are modeling you, you're being duplicated. All right? Now, I've seen network marketing leaders where some of their proteges sound just like them. Because they were eating up every single word that they said. Okay? So now people start modeling. And then all of a sudden, hey, can you come and give us some concepts and some training? You become the teacher. Okay? But it all happens here. Okay? Learn knowledge, activity knowledge. You learn more in the activity, okay? When you learn how to approach somebody and expose somebody to the opportunity, okay, it can be written all day. All right? We have 3 steps in the NSPIRE enlightenment system. Anybody know what the 3 steps are? Everybody do? No one does? Okay. Well, we have a 3-step enlightenment system, okay? What it's designed to do is, hey, you don't have to figure out what question to ask. We've already written it down. Just memorize the question. You know, make it you. You know, you may not talk how it's written, but make it you. You know, you can kind of change the verbiage to kind of get the meaning, get the point across when you're asking the question. Okay? So with the 3-step enlightenment system, anybody can take this information, learn it, and now go teach it. But before you teach it, you have to do it yourself. And you have to become an authority on it. Okay, so it's not just asking a question. Okay, it's the next step is showing the information. Okay, the next thing is showing the information. So ask, show. Now, what's in the show? If you don't have any product to move a business along, all you have is a concept, how do you move it along? We use videos. That's right. We use videos. You know what really makes me cringe is if you call me and say, hey, Ken, you know, I was trying to explain this business to my relative. That makes me cringe. Because the question is, why are you trying to explain it? You should not be trying to explain it. Okay? Never try to explain it. And the reason why is because there's this thing called duplication. You want to get to $1 million a month? That's it right there. This is it. Duplication. But here's the important thing. What are you duplicating? Okay? Are you well versed in the learning part, the knowledge part, the learn knowledge? Okay? Can I walk with you to do an exposure or an introduction, and you be comfortable with it? You know, if there was a person walking down the street and y'all spoke hi, okay? Would you know what to say to be able to move this person in the direction that you want to go? Because a conversation, I'm going to tell you now, conversation should lead two places. One of two places, actually. Okay? To Jesus Christ or Inspired Network. Okay? That's where the conversation should go. Okay? Where else is it going to go? Even if you're talking about your children, you know, oh yeah, I have a 14-year-old daughter. Oh yeah, and she's freshman in high school. And by the way, she is really, really loving life, because of some of the things that we put in place, So now, see, when you say put in place, people, oh wait, what you got going on? Okay, so now the conversation is going where I want it to go. All right, because the art of sales is the person never knowing that you tried to sell it. That's the art of sales. If you can lead a person in a direction they never felt like you was trying to sell them something, that's the art of sales. It's simply the transference of belief. Write that down. Sales is simply the transference of belief. That's all it is. So now, where's your belief level when it comes to Inspire? That's a big question. Okay? And only you can answer that. You can tell me anything. But like I said, all I can judge is the outer, the activity side. Okay? This word right here, once you understand this, it will start to duplicate. And from there, there's no telling how far it goes. Okay? Because remember now, with the binary, you sponsor two people in a binary. How do you become worthy of that? How do you become worthy of being a sponsor? Just because you convince a person to put their information, put out $35? Okay? How do you become worthy to be a sponsor? Because here's the thing. If this is you and you sponsor two people and then all of a sudden you can't get them on the phone, have anybody ever experienced that? You sponsor somebody's business, they excited, oh, I'm going to kill this business. And then all of a sudden you can't get them on the phone. Okay? Oh, y'all, in this room? Oh, Lord. Okay? Because every phone has caller ID. It's not like they didn't know it was you, right? But here's the thing. I experienced that. I talk to a lot of the top money earners. Money ain't the driving force. Okay? Okay? Here I am making 5 figures a month in the company. And I'm losing people like crazy. Okay? Because they didn't believe it for themselves. Because somewhere in the whole process of getting them, okay, up to speed with information, they got lost. All right? And a lot of times it's family members. Or it's negative people in their life. The first thing you want to do, I'm going to tell you, when you come into a business like this, the first thing you want to do is there have to be a season of separation with negative people. It has to be. Okay? And the reason why is because they still talking the same language. They still talking about the old stuff. For me, it was friends. I was in the military, telling dirty jokes and stuff. Right? I had to get away from that because that was not conducive to a successful business. Okay? There's a lot of negative people in this world. Okay? And if now the problem is if you sleep next to that person, you got a challenge in your hand. Okay? You have a challenge. Because one thing you should always do, especially if you have kids in the house or a spouse that may not see the things the way you do, you kind of gotta get them in the environment. You have to. Kids. I had 2 sons growing up, and so now all of a sudden, I'm striking out into business again. So now I'm sitting down with my boys. Hey, listen, guys. I'm about to do this business. It's pretty exciting. Remember those Jordans that you wanted? Okay, I think this is the way we can get it. All right? So what I need is your support so we can go ahead and make it happen for you. Not just for you, but for the family. So now all of a sudden, my son's talking about the business to his school teachers. Okay? Because he bought into it. And a lot of families don't do that. I mean, your family got to buy into it, at least not be a stumbling block for your success. So you got to have the conversation. If you have a spouse at home and they're not in it, you definitely want to at least find some common ground where you can give your business the appropriate amount of time based on what your goals and dreams are. You have to. It's imperative. Because if you're talking about, hey, listen, it's Saturday morning, I'm going to a meeting, and I'm going to see this guy from Pooler, Georgia, all right? This big old NSPIRE guy, and your spouse said, well, who is he? All right? What does he want with you, right? Okay? I mean, it happens. I had a, I'm going to tell you, and, I had a young lady in North Carolina. Now, this is Organo Gold. This is Organo Gold. I was in Iraq. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the power of building a business over the phone and over the internet. Okay, in 2012, I was in Iraq. I made over $40,000 in Organo Gold from overseas. And all I did was identify people who were in the States who wanted it, and then I just coached them from Iraq. Nothing wrong with that. It's a phone call away, okay? So I'm on the phone with her, and she tells me her goal. She wants to hit, the first leadership position, which is Sapphire. And so I said, cool, let's go to work. Let's make it happen. Let's do some conference calls. Let's do some training, things like that. Well, her husband got mad. I was on the phone with her too much. And when he got upset, she lost interest, fell out of the business. It happens all the time. Because she never really brought him in, had a conversation with me so he can get comfortable with me on the phone with his wife. Okay? It happens. So certainly you want to make sure that you and your spouse, if there's someone that's going to be a stumbling block potentially, that you have a conversation. That's important. Okay? So now when you are learning, when you're reading books, a lot of things may not pertain to your business specific. Okay? Because even this right here is not business specific. What this is mindset specific. You got to get your mindset together. The first book I ever read when it comes to building a network marketing business is The Richest Man in Babylon. And the book talks about, two laborers, they're out there, clearing a ditch, and then a procession walk came by with one of the richest men in Babylon, being carried by all these people. Okay? And now the question is, why is he being carried around rich, eating And we barely have food to eat. So now two poor people are having a conversation about their circumstances. As if that was for the first time they ever recognized that they was poor because some rich man came by in a recession. Okay? You know, you got to recognize where you are. It's important that you do that. All right? So now when you're reading books and now all of a sudden you're getting this information that's specific to changing how you think about certain things, you're going to start to open up more. You're going to start to talk to more people. Okay? Because now this is part of the attraction process. Because you don't go out, you know, I don't go and hustle for money. I'm not here chasing money. Okay? That's not why I'm here. Because if you're chasing money, I'm going to tell you what, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Okay? That's not what this is about. This is about you learning and becoming attractive to money. So now it will run you down and overtake you. Okay? So much money you can't even spend. That's what it's about. It's about you becoming attractive to money. Not you chasing money. Don't chase money. Hard to catch. Okay? You'll give up. You get tired. Okay? But if you can have money chasing you, all right? You know, I have 4 streams of income right now. And I do nothing for it. Except keep breathing. Right? That's all I have to do to get it is keep breathing. All right? That's important. Okay? That first company I built back in 98 to 2000 that got me out of debt, well, that company still pays me today. 15 years later. Still pays me. That's the power of residual income. And like I said, had I had a goal to make a multiple six-figure income, I probably would have done it, but that wasn't my goal. So what you want to do is you want to set your goals, and you have to set what you're willing to exchange for that. Okay, so $500 a week, $500 a month, whatever your number is, okay, right beside it, what am I willing to give up? TV time? Okay, am I willing to put my car on the road? Because remember now, how do you become a worthy sponsor? How? They're going to look at you for leadership and guidance, and you're going to be like, well, you know. And there's nothing wrong with it at the beginning. You know, let's talk to Miss Cecilia. There's nothing wrong with that at the beginning. But based on your goals, after 30 days, guess what? Now you're coaching them on how to do what you did in their first 30 days. Okay? You don't always have to run back to Cecilia or Ken. You're actually, hey, I may stumble over the words, but guess what? Let me answer these questions. Let me do this 3-way call. Okay? I may stumble over the words, but what I learn in the process is valuable. Okay, because remember now, you learn more by losing than you do by winning. Okay? There's a lot to be learned in the failure process. And a lot of people are scared of failure. But that's the only way you can succeed. You have to fail your way to the top. That's how it works. You fail your way to the top. Okay? So now, you're reading books. You know, they call you up. Hey, girl, what you doing? Okay? I'm reading this book. Okay? I actually invited 2 people to look at the video today. So now these people are hearing what you're doing. Okay? So now they're saying, wait a minute, I need to step my game up. Okay? So now, this person, like I said, you know, what season is it? Walking Dead, right? Yeah, Walking Dead. Okay. This person acts themselves out. They can't miss Walking Dead, regardless. You know, got a few other TV shows they can't miss. Okay, as if that's putting money in their pocket. You know, when I got into network marketing, I was broke. I didn't watch a football game for 3 years. For 3 years, I did not watch a football game. I'm a big football fan, but I knew I had to give up something, and that seemed to be a big part of my life, and I gave it up. Okay, so this person, you know, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, all these other, you know, what is some other? They love television. Can't give up television. Okay, okay, you know, this person here, they see what you're doing. All of a sudden, they're gravitating to it. Girl, I got a call with Mr. Wells. You want to get on the call? All this is about information. Yeah, let's get on the call. So now I'm on the call with both of you, coaching you, giving you some information. Okay? So now this person recruits their team. You recruit another person because you're not going to stop recruiting to replace that person. Let me tell you something. The millions that you're going to earn is going to be done with between 3 and 12 people. That's it. 3 and 12 people. 3 to 12. Okay. You know, the idea is I bring 10,000 people into business, but if you look at your production, it's going to be between 3 to 12 people. That's it. Everybody out there are small contributors. Life is going on. They can't make adjustments to build their business, even though they see you wildly successful, walking across the stage, earning these rings, these accolades, okay? And they say, man, I'm going to jump on. I'm ready to go. Cecilia, I'm ready. Okay? Teach me, coach. All right? Then all of a sudden, after about 2 or 3 days, their habits and their routines kick back in, and now Cecilia, you can't get them on the phone. I just want to prepare you for this now, especially if you want to make money. All right? First of all, like I said, you have to become the leader you're looking for. Okay? Become the leader. Write that down. That's awesome. I like that. Become the leader you're looking for. So now when you become the leader you're looking for, it's easy to duplicate that. Because you're not changing. Or you're making slight adjustments that's going to make you improve. And your team is watching. You know, if I disappear for a month, Cecilia will know. Okay? She'll know. You'll probably know too. Okay? But I can tell you what. You know, guess where I'll be next weekend? North Carolina. I got 3 events in North Carolina next week. Okay, Wednesday, 2 on Saturday. Wednesday and Saturday. Okay? Nope, I'm sorry. Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I gotta check my schedule. Okay? But here's the idea is, you know, you get these pockets of growth and you're the leader. What are you gonna do? Now you can call me. Here's the deal. You can call me. And I'm gonna ask you questions. How many people? Okay? Put me on the phone with the leadership there. If you're not willing to go, I'm willing to go. But I need to know I'm going to something. You know, do we have a leader there? Do we have a person that's committed to building the process, building through the process? No problem. We got all those. I'm there. Whether by car, plane, it doesn't matter. Okay? But at the same time, you got to understand that you got to be willing to do that. At some point, you got to be willing to do that. Because we turn people over to the system, but guess what? You want to be a recognizable face in your organization. You really do. Because, I mean, you know, network marketing is about 80% female, 80% women. Okay? It's a large, overwhelmingly, like I said, 80% is almost, judging by what's in this room today. That's true. Okay? And because of that, it's funny because, I recruit a lot of women. Now, in NSPIRE, about 40% of the people I recruited was men. But the real runners and the players are the women. The real runners and players are the women right now. I'm not saying that's going to always be that way. I'm just saying what it is right now. Okay? Now, I got a first lady in North Carolina. She killing the game. Okay? I got another one in Fayetteville. She killing the game. Okay? And so now I got guys, but it's like they're waiting on the customer portal. They always waiting on something. You can't build a business. I didn't stop. When the whole thing was going on, I didn't stop. I was here, there, everywhere. New York, Delaware, everywhere, because I knew I couldn't stop. Because when you stop, it's easy to just say, I'll take another day off. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'll take another day off. And at some point, you won't even come back. You won't even come back. That's why you got to stay in the hunt. You got to stay in the hunt. Activity. This is the most important thing right now. Okay? Because you don't have to know everything. You really don't have to know everything. But you have to be able to put people in the process. And if you can put them in the process and get them on the phone with Cecilia or get them on the phone with me, we can kind of walk you through that until you develop all the other attributes. Okay? That's important. All right?
Okay.
So now, let's talk specifically about building your Inspire business. Because we're going to get paid. Now look at the financial opportunity of this company. And there, I'm going to tell you now, there's companies. It's funny, I was looking at a couple of my old Inspire partners. It's funny. They'll post another business on Facebook, and then they'll hit me up to join their business. I'm like, man, you crazy? I'm like, wait, are you still in Inspire? Yeah. I'm still here. I'm still in Inspire. See, what they're doing is they're hedging their bets. Now one thing I've learned, if nothing else, you can't chase two rabbits because you won't catch neither one of them. Okay? They have a little bit of success here, a little bit of success here, then they jump over here, have a little bit of success, and they never reach what they were really going for because they couldn't commit to nothing. And because they couldn't commit to nothing, they never really saw anything that they wanted as far as success goes. I think we can do it like this. Nope, can't do that. Sorry about that. Leave it like this. Now, the comp plan. Let's talk a little bit about the comp plan. Because in explaining the comp plan, I'm going to explain a lot of other things as well. Okay? Now, in your back office, now, have everybody set up their back office, their new back office? Don't say what new back office.
I have. You have. Francis has.
That's the first thing you have to do. The old back office and the new back office is totally different. You have to remember your old ID number. In order to set up your new back office, you got to remember your old ID number because they gave us new ID numbers. Okay? So whatever your old, if you don't know your old ID number, your sponsor has it. Because you're not going to be able to get back in your back office. Okay? So we'll figure out, if you don't know your old ID number, we'll have to figure something out how to get it. Your sponsor will have it. They can go, if they set theirs up, they can go in and get it and give it to you. Okay? That's you need that to set up your new back office. Okay? Now the new back office is pretty awesome. I like it. They still have some more things to add to it. Eventually everything will be added to it, but everything is calculating in real time. Your checks, all that stuff is calculating in real time now. I like that. For whatever reason, I like that. Okay? Let's talk a little bit about building the business. $35 CV is your friend. Okay? It's your friend. All of us should have a 35 CV order going through our back office every 4 weeks. Every 4 weeks. Now, some people tell me, well, I haven't got rid of my initial product. That's not good. What I would recommend you do, if you still have product from the very beginning, is to get rid of it. Okay? However you need to get rid of it. Because if that's a hindrance to your success, then you need to get rid of that obstacle. You got to get rid of it. Okay? 35 CV is your friend. Everybody should have a 35 CV order because that keeps you qualified. So as you're building your business, and you got all this activity going on, I can't even count how many people in my organization have missed checks because they wouldn't even place an order. They say, well, I got product. I don't need no more product. So I'm not going to place another order and I got product. Okay? Either get rid of the product, but the bottom line is you got to have a 35 CV order. Or You got to have 105 CV in customer orders. 105 CV in customer orders. You want to get customers, but one of the things that makes this so important is product replenishment. Product replenishment. That's what it's all about. That's 10 packs of sanitary napkins. That's all it is. 10 packs of sanitary napkins. 10 packs of sanitary napkins will last me less than a week. Every week. So what we have to do is we got to understand that we either put it in the mail. I know Donaldsonville is not very big. I know there's some land between places here. Okay, I understand that. Okay, but there's a mail system. The idea, because this is 10 seeds. I don't look at this as 10 packs of pads. This is 10 seeds that I can put in the mail, and I can put in the hands of somebody that can potentially lead me to 1,000 people. Okay? That's a seed. Those are seeds. You got to look at it like that. Because think about it this way. If one pack of pads land on the right person, you can have an organization explosion all the way down this side. Okay? You can have an organization explosion down one side with one pack of pads landing in the right hands. And it's calculated. It's not like it's not like I said, it's not like the lottery. Where your chances of winning are 1 in 10 million or whatever the number is. No, your success rate is a lot higher the more seeds you have. The more seeds you have, the more successful you're going to be. And the reason why is because there's more activity in your business. And with more activity in your business, guess what? It's going to start landing in good people. You want to earn some money? Have a leg of business you don't ever have to worry about. Put a Damon Coleman in that leg. Okay, they're out there. They're everywhere. You just don't know who they are because they don't wear a sign. So with you doing proper activity, that right there is going to work for you. Even if it lands on a Ken Wells, you're going to have a great organization. Because there's plenty of Ken Wells out there. People that can do a whole lot better than I do. There are plenty of them out there. Okay? So now when you start building your business, this person may not be the best recruit. May not be the best person right now. But he or she may lead you to the right person. Because let me tell you how it works. Out of my personally sponsored people really active in building, I have about 5. Only 3 of them are running for star. I didn't sponsor Cecilia. I didn't sponsor the First Lady of North Carolina. She is actually 6 legs down from me. Okay? I sponsored a gentleman, he sponsored a lady, she sponsored a lady, she sponsored a lady, she sponsored a lady, she sponsored a guy who sponsored First Lady Margaret. Okay? She was showing activity, she was showing promise. I called her up. Hey, what can I do to help? Okay? In business, you go where you're not needed. All right? You go where you're not needed. And because of that, you have other people. You have other pastors who are joining her, other ministers who are joining her in business. Okay? So next week, Thursday, I'll be at one of those ministers' houses. Okay? They got a big event Wednesday. And then Thursday, Raleigh has a big event next Wednesday. And then Thursday, we'll be at Minister, what's her name? I can't think of her name. We'll be at her house. Okay? So that's how it works. That person that you sponsor, what I'm saying is more likely won't be the person that grows and explodes your business. It's going to be levels deep. Okay? Now, think about it this way. If you have not sponsored a person, you don't even have a business. I'm going to be real with you right now. You don't even have a business. You're in my business. Okay? You got 2 people, you don't even have a team. Okay? You don't have a team until this is 4 levels deep. Okay? So now with 4 levels deep, you can get all kinds of activity from 4 levels deep. And probably within that 4 levels deep, you'll find your next person that's ready to roll, that's ready to build a big. While everybody's contemplating, maybe, still trying out the product, or whatever their reasons are. You got some people that have the inspiration of desperation, just like I had. They say, hey, listen, I gotta make money. I don't have a choice. I got to. Okay? You're gonna find that person within 4 levels. All right? So now, here's the beauty of going 4 levels deep. You're going to find a person that's going to take your business 4 levels deep. Okay? And that's how it works. So you can't map this out perfectly because there's no perfect scenario. But more often than not, that's the way it goes. Within 4 levels, you're going to find another person who's ready to take it 4 levels. And then within 4 levels of that, you're going to find another person that's ready to take it 4 levels.
Ken, you are talking about one leg. Just clarify. You're talking about one leg.
Yeah, well, yeah, it can be. Yeah, well,
either leg, but you're talking about one.
It's going to happen on both sides. It just may not happen at the same time. Okay? So if you got a person here, if you got, let's say this Ken Wells right here. Okay? So now your leg is 30 levels deep right here. Because through this person, you brought me in. So now your leg of business is 30 levels deep. Now, at some point, it will happen on this side as well. Just can't say when. There's no blueprint for it. But through your activity, it's a numbers game. I'm sure you heard that before. It's a numbers game. Okay? You increase your numbers. It's like... Okay,